Hey folks, this is John from Moontooth, and we are here to talk about the Bastard EP. This is our sixth release, our second EP, and yeah, just a collection of 4 songs that we thought went well together musically, thematically, lyrically, which brings us to the concept of the Bastard. So this is something, we almost kind of named this as a joke. Ray and I had many conversations about the Bastard being this negative aspect of my own personality, which everybody has. It's the part of you that you're either not proud of, it's the place you go internally when you're depressed, angry, whatever, and we would talk about this, and the Bastard almost became a nickname, whereas, if I was telling Ray about a night out or something like that, and I got too drunk and I just got kind of miserable, and oh, you turn into the Bastard a little bit or something. And so then when these songs came about and the topic of this EP came up, I think it was Ray that had suggested we should call it the Bastard EP, and I was like, no, don't give it a name, don't give the character strength, but it just kind of fit. It sounded cool, and there's also this aspect of these songs are almost like our bastard children, because they're in between albums, and it's this small kind of satellite of recordings around the rest of our catalog. Breaking it down song by song, while there is the overarching theme of dealing with anger, negativity, frustrations, and while trying to hold on to hope, each one has its own kind of flavor and story behind it. Trudge, you're dealing with a situation of maybe trying to force some kind of outcome or force some kind of resolve that is really just not working out. You have Eyes, exploring your own personal judgment, the multiple sides called Eyes, because it's talking about the different concepts you have of yourself, or me specifically of myself, of this incredibly narcissistic bastard, and then on the other hand this miserable, pathetic bastard, and trying to figure out where you sit in the middle of that, and move on to the mire, and again, similar themes of just dealing with the anger of just I'm putting the work in, I'm putting the time in, I'm giving everything to this, I don't believe I'm owed results, but you can't help but ask at the same time, where are the results? You know what I mean? If everything else around me is failing and I'm giving up everything, I want to win, you know what I mean? It has to be for a reason. The sacrifice has to be for something. And, rounding things out and push, again, reminding yourself to stay to your guns, stay true to yourself, hold the fuck on, just keep going. Don't worry, it's gonna get worse, but we gotta believe it's gonna get better, type of thing. And there's a line, whereas before I set the outcome, now I only set I. And that really is kind of a good way for me personally to wrap up the lyrics and the concepts of the album, because it's all right, stop trying to force situations, stop trying to force happily ever afters or anything like that. Just find the one thing that makes you feel true and free and alive, and hold the fuck on to it and devote yourself to it. And don't worry about 10 steps down the road. If things are really bad, just worry about the next step down the road. Here it is, Bastard EP, streaming everywhere you listen to music. Head over to Bandcamp to grab a copy of your own.